There's a lot you miss out on when you grow up in Europe, I'm not gonna lie. One of the things I miss most about growing up in Ghana or Africa is the sense of community. A lot of people looked out for you, whether they really knew you or not. I knew my neighbours and everyone knew each other, and I feel like here in the UK it's not the same. There's a sense of like togetherness which you don't feel when you're here, I'm not gonna lie. Because I remember when I was learning how to ride a bike, my friends from my neighbourhood taught me how to ride a bike, you know, and I remember there were bare of them and there were 3 on this side, 3 on that side, and I'd be sitting on the bike and they would just be dragging me along. And it was the funniest thing ever, and I miss them so much. Like, it probably won't be the same when I go back, so I miss that. Like, I miss things like that. You get to be a child in the UK, but it's not the same. When I was like 6, I had my own little cooking pots and pans, and I think in Ghana they call it inkuru or something, nami bunkuru. Whenever my grandma was cooking, I'd make my own little fire next to her. Let's say she's doing banku, she would give me my own. I'd be making my own food next to her, and I miss that. These were actually the good days. I'm so glad like I got to experience that, especially with my grandma. I was so mischievous, yeah. Back then in Ghana, like PDA wasn't a thing, and it was something that was frowned upon. So if you were dating someone, you'd hide it, do you get what I mean? You'd do whatever you wanted to do behind closed doors. And I remember like whenever I'd see a couple trying to do the little kissing thing, I'd hide somewhere with my friends and we'd be shouting, feeling near deep. And we were so mischievous, yeah. We would just be there just shouting, feeling near deep, and then we'd run away. Feeling near deep means that the love must be really deep for you guys to be doing this out here, do you get what I mean? And I was so mischievous, man. I miss school. I don't miss like the caning part, because oh my god, I used to get caned like to the point where sometimes I couldn't even sit on my bed because it would take a while. And it got to the point where like whenever I'd go to school, I'd wear jeans. My mom bought me this jean skirt. I would wear it under my school uniform before I go to school, but just in case I do something and someone wants to cane me. That's one thing I don't miss. I don't miss the school education system, and I don't miss getting caned. The education system just didn't work for me. I think I said this in my A-level video. I always used to be almost last, like in ranking, like, you know, from 1 to 50, I'd be like 47.
How many recognized countries are in Africa?
13.
Hey!
Jesus is Lord!
30. Can you mention 5 of them for me?
Europe. America. USA. France. Italy.
Africa as well, people are a lot more generous. People would see you and they'd be like, oh, how's your family? How's your dad? How's your mom? Okay, here's 50 cedis. Like, take this 50 cedis and buy something for yourself. And that was the best part, yeah, because I would walk straight to the kebab corner and just go get myself kebab. Like, seriously, I was so popular with my kebabs, you know. Whenever I would get out of the taxi at the last stop, yeah, I always had kebab on me, and I missed that. So back in the day, you had music, and that's where all like the good songs would come on. So on Saturdays, we'd all watch music, and then they used to have concerts at a park which was quite close. Music back in the day, back in those days, were a lot better than what we hear now, because I feel like music now is just, it's just not as good, really. Music now isn't the same. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stop singing these songs, yeah. There was a time I filmed a video, yeah. I think I was singing Batman's Linda, and someone very close to me said it made them sad. So I'm not gonna sing any of those songs in this video. Like, anyway, one thing I can definitely remember is the fact that I have to have money to survive. And even in school, you could tell that there was a vast difference between the rich and the poor. The more rich and connected you were, the more you had access to. I think that's the same with the UK as well. The more money you have, the more you have access to. I miss the TV shows. I miss Kejetia, Ifira, and stuff like that. And I just miss like local movies, like, you know, the local movies. I just miss them. I watch them on YouTube, but it's not the same as when you had Chewa parts 1 to 17. I have never seen anyone, yeah, produce a movie from part 1 to 17, but trust Ghanaians to do it. Food was better, definitely, because it was all natural and we had farms and all these other things, so you could source a lot of things yourself. Growing up in Ghana was amazing, and I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. When I have kids, depending on what agreement I can come to with my husband, I'd really love for my kids to experience like growing up in Ghana. Because I remember there was a time I had malaria or something like that, and my grandma took me to the hospital, and I had a fear of injections. I really hate injections. I just don't like needles. As soon as I could sense, when I could just sense they were talking about injections, I don't even know where I got the energy from. I went round the back, I jumped the fence, and then I ended up at some random person's house. It was very careless of me, by the way. Don't ever do this. And this guy, it was like a security guard or something, and he just let me sleep. And then when I woke up, he just put me in a taxi and then just sent me home. I always remembered that, and I really thank God, because I feel like back then people really like looked out for you, especially as a kid. Like people actually took care of you if you were a kid. When it came to crossing the road, if you didn't have food, if you didn't know where your parents were, people really looked out for you, whereas here it's different. I was walking through the park and this little boy, he fell, and my first instinct was to try and help him up, but now I was just like, oh, do you know what, I don't really know this boy, and I don't want his parents to think I'm trying to steal their child, because that has happened to someone I know before, where she was just trying to help out, and the parents took it wrongly. So it's not really the same. I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.